Greetings, foolish mortals. 'Tis I, Viktorya Roze Tassi, and I don't know why I suddenly thought of this memory, but oh well, I just simply figured that it'd be a good story time video for me to indulge you all in. So, before I dive into the story, I'm not going to be using any of the real life names, nor am I going to be saying the name of the subject which the class was being held in. Instead, I'm just going to basically do science. Science is pretty generic, you ask me. So let's get to it, shall we? So I enrolled in this class, and it was a pretty talked about class on campus. And for the class, as I go to college often, and as I am legally disabled, I'm deaf, I have a transcriptionist. That is someone who will sit in the class and type down everything that happens. I find that a lot more beneficial than having an interpreter in the class, which is a whole nother story in itself, shall I say, in the least bit. But yeah, so anyway, I had the transcription in the class. The teacher's name, I'm gonna call her Idiot. She didn't really see the need in me having the transcriptionist. Spoiler alert. So anyway, we were doing a lab for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and my transcriptionist wasn't there, and I didn't think anything of it until finally the transcriptionist comes into the classroom. She takes me and the teacher aside and she said, "Hey, I'm being paid to be here. My boss doesn't like it when I'm not here." And then I find out that Idiot kicked the transcriber out of the classroom because in her own thought, "Oh, you don't need her. You're doing a good job in the class." Spoiler alert, my grade went from an A down to a C due to her incompetence. I was not happy. Like, I literally started scolding her, and the teacher go, "Don't you dare use that tone of voice with me like you with my mom." Spoiler alert, she wasn't my mom. I was just so fluffing pissed that I grabbed the transcriber and take her to my ADA representative, I think is what the term is. I'm going to call her Danielle. Danielle was in her office, however, she wasn't seeing anyone. I tell the person at the front desk, "Get her out here right now. It's an emergency." Danielle comes out and she goes, "Hey, what's going on?" I say, "The teacher kicked my transcriptionist," who I'm not going to name because I don't have the energy for that at the moment. She kicked my transcriptionist out of the classroom. My grade went from an A to a C. What do I do? So she said, "We need to talk to the head of the science division." I take her, we go down to the science hallway, which is the only way that I can think of to describe it. Okay, we had, in order to get to a classroom, you had to go through the front office, which is a bit weird if you ask me, but alright. So anyway, we go in there. I say to Alan, who was the secretary, "Get Betty in here right now. It's an emergency." Betty was the head of the science division at the college, and she was teaching a class. Alan goes ahead and pulls her out. Betty comes in. She's a bit miffed. So then I say, "Betty, Idiot kicked my transcriber out of the classroom because she thought that I wouldn't need the notes, and now that's the primary reason why my grade went from an A to a C. Get her in here right now. I'm about ready to call an ADA lawyer." Betty is, of course, nervous. She goes, she pulls Idiot out of the classroom. Like, mind you, I am pissed. Like, I am so mad I can't even breathe. I mean, well, I could breathe, but just, So anyway, I'm sitting there seething while Danielle tells the teacher what happened, why it was illegal, why I could potentially go after her with an ADA lawyer, which, spoiler alert, if you go out with an ADA lawyer, just know that there's a 99.9% certain chance that you'll end up winning whatever lawsuit you're going after against, because ADA lawyers are ruthless. And by that time, ADA is starting to look really nervous. Betty is pissed. I mean, like, she goes, "What can I do to make it up to you?" And I say, and I'm not even joking, you can fire her, make it be well known while she is firing about why she's being fired. And yeah, so anyway, she does that quite literally in front of me. She said, "I am not giving you a referral. Be happy if you're able to get another job again," because Betty is rather well known in the science world. Like, she is well known. She doesn't have like a PhD or anything else like that, but she is really well known. Like, if I tell you guys her name right now, if you would go Google her, then you would definitely be able to see who she is and what all she accomplished. So idiots are going, "But the semester's halfway over. What are you gonna do?" And so yeah. Anyway, Betty turns to me and goes, "I am so sorry." Because she didn't have anything to be sorry about. It was all idiots doing. And so yeah. Yeah. Anyway, basically while that was going down, we would have people and they were popping their heads into the door because I was yelling. Well, I wasn't yelling, however, I had a slightly louder than average voice because I am legally disabled. I'm deaf. But again, my deafness is another story for another time, shall I say, in the least bit. And yeah, yeah. So anyway, I looked her up on one time, idiot, on Facebook, and I saw that she was jobless for like 3 or 4 years following her not understanding the fact that I have a disability. And she was living with her mom, which, no hate or anything if you live with your mom. I still live with my parents. And yeah, yeah, so anyway. If there is a disabled student in your classroom, in your workplace, or whatever, do not kick their accommodations out of the room. Just don't, please. Anyway, that's the story for now. Bye!